This is a HeadGum podcast.
Hello and welcome to The Complete Guide to Everything, a podcast about everything. I'm one of your hosts, Tom.
I'm Tim.
How are you this week, Tim?
Tom, I'm nervous.
Why are you nervous?
What? Wait, are you nervous?
I just got super nervous.
From recording
being
the show?
in showbiz, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's a rough and tumble world.
The bright lights in here. I have frequently asked them to just turn down the lights in here. A lot of people
you gotta
don't know
ask
this.
them to turn on the dark.
Yeah. Much like
They don't understand. A lot of the staff here at HeadGum, former Spareman, turn off the dark.
They only know how to turn off
Stuntman.
the dark. So they boost the lights. They also
Turn off the dark, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then they, when we get here, there's a little behind-the-scenes tidbit. They cake our faces with pancake makeup.
Yeah, even though we're not,
And then make us sit under these hot lights.
yeah, bake us.
And film us with these cameras. But these cameras aren't even plugged in.
No, and they're huge. They're the size of a room.
Yeah, they're like...
I don't know how old these things are.
They employ somebody full-time to crank the side of one of these old-timey...
I think one of these cameras, there's a man inside it.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's like a control room.
Oh,
but,
I see.
But just, one camera. And just
I don't
a
know
man.
that those ever existed, Tom.
At some point, I'm sure they did.
Yeah. Tom, I'm nervous because... All right, I took the subway here.
Uh-huh.
The New York City subway,
Yeah.
run by the MTA.
Uh-huh.
They do a great job. I know I say it every week. Shout out to the MTA.
That's what everybody can't shut up about how good of a job they do running all of our public transit.
Yeah, I really feel like I'm getting the best value for my $121 a month.
That's how much it costs per train ride here?
Per train ride. Yeah, I only take it once a month. Usually I walk.
4 times a week, 4 times a month. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Still cheaper than a taxi.
So Tom, do you do this? Like, I don't sit down on trains
Why not?
because I'm afraid of somebody taking a picture of me.
Oh, and shaming you online?
Yeah, like I'm afraid that I'm gonna miss something.
Tim, if you're afraid of being shamed online, I have bad news for you about what we do every week.
No, I come off great on this thing.
What were you going to say?
People listen to this and they're like, this is the aspirational podcast I listen to where I can learn how to be more like Tim.
Yeah. A lot of people listen to aspirational podcasts.
What are aspirational podcasts?
They're just like very positive, like, hey, here's some positive stuff
Like
for
how
your
to
day.
make your life better?
And like how to reframe the way you see the world.
Yeah. I'm into that stuff. Look, that's what self-help
Doesn't
puts
matter
it
if you're into it or not. They're 1,000 times more successful than this show.
I don't know.
Well, they are.
What could possibly
they
be more
look like they
successful?
are. I came across a few of these things. You look at these websites. These people, they're happy. They're smiling. Look at our websites. The two of us looking grim.
Yeah.
Looking like both of us.
The picture
just
of
got
us looks bad,
news.
but the actual website's pretty great.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much, Tom. I was sitting here. I was getting on the train. And I got a seat on the train. It was rush hour, and it wasn't even like.
Would you elbow a pregnant woman out of the way?
Well, that's the thing. I'm always afraid somebody I'm gonna sit on a train and
sit on a pregnant woman.
No,
not
and
realizing.
I'm not gonna realize something happened, and then suddenly I'm a dang meme. The jerk subway man.
idiot.
Yeah, subway a-hole.
Yeah.
Subway hole. Subway a-hole.
Yeah.
So I generally don't, but this was a nearly empty train. So I sat down and I was like, look, even if there's 100 pregnant
Did you say
women
I'm
here.
gonna take a load off?
Yeah. Look, I had a long day. I was lifting rocks, putting them on top of other rocks.
Yeah, a long day at the quarry.
Yeah, I'll never tell anybody what I do for my day job. If they're ample seating for even if every pregnant woman in New York City was on this train, they could sit there. If every old fogey in New York City was on this train,
Oh,
they would have a seat.
there's a deceptively large old community in New York City. They're confined mostly to their apartments, but they're out there.
I mean, that was the saddest thing you ever said. I don't know if that was a joke.
It's not a joke. I'm being serious.
Yeah. One time I was walking near the Barclays Center, which is like very well traveled and bustling all the time, and I just saw this like impossibly old woman, like 150-year-old woman. like if I didn't know better, I would think she
you
was
would
like,
have called Guinness. You gotta get down to the Barclays Center.
I was afraid that it was some sort of soothsayer situation where like she would point at me and be like,
I
beware.
make you thinner.
Yeah, exactly. But like she was pushing one of those carts.
Putting curses and hexes on people.
No, just head down, going about her business, and I was thinking like she's probably walked this street for the last like 70 years, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like, and then like it was like probably like farmland when she moved there, right?
And then like, oh my God, horse-drawn carriages.
Yeah, exactly. And she sees all this happen, and then like
things are too modern.
Yeah, but like no, she's not like I got to get out of here. She's like, you know what, I'm gonna go with the flow, and then like it falls into disarray, and it's just like a train yard there, and like nobody, and she's probably just walking. It's probably she's coming to and from the grocery store every day, you know? And then then they build this freaking stadium, this arena there.
Yeah.
And it was like, I was like, oh, this poor old woman. I was like, no, this lady's been doing this. She's walked these streets more than I have. I bet if some young toughs tried to rough her up, she'd be like, don't mess with me, Sonny, and then point to me. And they'd come take my wallet and my bag lunch.
Are you still bringing bag lunch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Salami and provolone.
Just out there. No, not a sandwich. Just slices of salami and provolone in a paper bag.
I'm going low carb, Tom. So anyway, so
you're on the subway.
Some of these old folks, they're doing great. Yeah. They're thriving.
She's probably out there playing Pokemon Go.
Probably.
Yeah, catching Pikachu himself.
Yeah. Is Pikachu on Pokemon Go? Is that a hard one to get?
He's on Pokemon Go. I don't know if he's hard or not. I think he's
dang
relatively...
Pokemon. Of course he's on Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I don't know. Our engineer Marika is looking like she knows the answer. Oh, she's giving us a so-so as far as the difficulty of catching Pikachu.
Because you're not going to get someone like me in the door. Like I'm going to be like
Pikachu. That's
exactly.
what you know.
Yeah, that's what I know. If I was like, let me download this thing, and then I'm using it for a week, and I don't see one Pikachu, I'd be like, I don't even know what these other things are.
Yeah.
Where's
some
Pikachu?
of them are
he's adorable.
Charlemander. Charlemagne.
Squirtle.
Squirtle. Yeah, Squirtle the squirting turtle.
He's gross. Anyway, I was sitting on I was sitting on the so I put my backpack on my lap.
Yeah,
so I'm not gonna put it on the floor. That's gross.
Right.
People, you ever see how many people are spitting on the floor of the subway? People spit on the floor of the subway with impunity. It's not even a thing.
I don't think I've seen anybody spit on the floor.
I've seen people
you go to rough areas.
Yeah, I'm all over this city, Tom. Yeah. So anyway, so I have it on my lap. I'm reading a book.
Yeah,
like a headphones in. Yeah, like a nerd, Tom.
Yeah.
I'm a dang bookworm.
Looking like somebody that a street tough could rob easily.
No, because I'm wearing brass knuckles.
Oh, on both hands?
On both hands.
Nice.
It makes it hard to turn the pages.
Right. Yeah, you have very little finger dexterity with brass knuckles.
I have very little fingers.
Man, I want to get... Should I get a pair of brass knuckles? I want a pair of brass knuckles. Are they
illegal?
Yeah, they're super illegal.
But it's just brass. I have a brass ring. It's gold.
Yeah, your gold wedding ring? Yeah, no, I don't think... That's not the same thing. That's not going to break somebody's jaw if you hit them with it.
It might. It's got the power of love in it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm
empowered with the love of a woman.
He shouted before he punched a man.
And broke his hand on the man's
hand.
face. Yeah.
What'd you do? You broke my hand, you animal. Yeah, brass knuckles are illegal, but I feel like it's one of those things where they can be like, this isn't brass knuckles, this is a brass hand accessory, and get around it.
It's fashion, officer.
Yeah, it connects via Bluetooth to my phone.
Yeah, it's taking my blood pressure or something.
Actually, brass knuckles with one end is a microphone, one end's a speaker, and you can take phone calls with it over Bluetooth. That I'd be into.
That's like a tough guy version of Get Smart.
Exactly. Oh, man, if your phone rang and you're like, hold on, I have to take this, and you put on brass knuckles and then went, hello?
First, you'd have to crack your knuckles, and then you put the brass knuckles
hello?
over.
No, this is a bad time. Okay. Yeah, I'll call tomorrow. Bye.
So there was a young woman. I want to say she was like 20, right?
Uh-huh.
She's sitting across from me, and she's on her phone, as young folk are.
Right, she's
usually.
on her book like you.
Right. And at one point, I heard her scoff. She went like, pfft. And I had headphones in, but I wasn't listening to music. That's my move.
I pull that bit all the time.
Lest somebody try to talk to you.
Well, so I can listen to other people talk and they think I'm not listening.
What is anybody saying that's interesting?
I've got my headphones in. I'm recording their
conversation. Talking about like what Brianna did at work today. Great. I'm real interested. I'm glad I'm not listening to music, so I can.
Oh, I love those conversations. I always listen to those.
And she scoffed at one point, and like we made like accidental eye contact, which is always the worst thing.
Hey,
to do.
Hey, look, Tim, I'm not your wife. You don't have to tell me about eye contact you made with a 20-year-old woman.
So anyway, she had her phone, and then she was holding it at a weird angle, and I was like, "Is she like videotaping me?" Because I got my guard up.
Oh man,
because I'm sitting, and I'm normally. 99 times out of 100, I'm never sitting on the train. And then the flash goes off. She takes a dang picture of me.
Oh, no. You're going to be a meme by midnight.
Well, here's the thing. I'm a little nervous that I'm going to be a meme by midnight. But on both sides of me, the seats were empty.
Okay.
So I'm not, like, if it's like, this freaking guy isn't letting somebody sit down... Like, unless it's a football team. Like, no, there's ample room. If
this nerd won't let a football team sit down.
I'm afraid of the football team, man. They wear their pads on the subway. It's very intimidating. And then I looked at her, and, like, she, like was like, whoops. Was like, what are you going to, like, Snapchat? Like, here's the thing. She's probably going to Snapchat this.
Am I a Snapchat? Did you just make me a Snapchat?
But, like, all right, so, like, 5 years ago, I would have been like, oh, no, I'm going to be a meme. Like, I'm doing something wrong here, right? Like, either, like, but, like, now it's just, like, she's probably just, like, look at this goofy fuck, and is going to send it to, like, 20 of her, like, millennial friends, which are like, I don't care. I don't care what these 20-year-olds think of me.
Yeah.
But, isn't that a little unsettling if somebody takes your picture? Nobody should ever take pictures of other people in public.
Well, hopefully this will teach you to read Mein Kampf on the subway.
No, what?
What were you reading?
I was reading a book, Tom. I was reading 60 Years of Playboy. It's classy. It's a classy book.
It's just the articles or just the centerfold?
It's just the centerfold. It's a big... It's like a coffee table book.
Okay. So, I mean, they're probably not even going to see your face because you have all the centerfolds in front of you.
Yeah. But, like, what I'm concerned about is the copyright issues.
Oh, yeah.
Is that woman on the hook, or am I on the hook for that?
Probably her, yeah.
She's broadcasting it, but I'm displaying it publicly.
That's true.
Maybe we're both in the wrong.
You should start wrapping that book like when you had to wrap textbooks in high school. Remember, with like the brown paper bags? Yeah.
I'm not going to do that, Tom, because the cover is the best part.
What do you mean the cover is the best
Marilyn Monroe!
Yeah, but I mean, they can't put nudity on the cover of these things, or can they?
I don't know. Books got pretty...
I don't know. I've never looked at the cover of this book. Too fascinated with the insides. Yeah, that might have just been like a low key. That might not go viral.
I don't think it'll go viral, but what do you think this woman was saying about me?
Probably look at this nerd reading a book.
Reading a book on a
With
subway
no
is
friends.
remarkable.
Look at this loser. 2 empty seats next to him. Nice friends, no friends.
Yeah, we have to stop this snap from getting out there. Tom.
Yeah.
This week is a topic near and dear to my heart. Because I'm fat.
I'm fat. I'm really, really fat.
Did you just write that?
Yeah.
Is that a parody of Michael Jackson's Bad?
No, it's an original composition.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Sounds a little bit like Michael Jackson's Bad, but, parallel thinking, they say.
Yep. Sometimes it happens 30 years apart.
Yeah. No, Tom, I'm always trying to slim down, and I've been saying it since I was 20 years old, as young as that young lady on the subway who took a picture of me without my consent.
Maybe she was a reporter. Maybe it was fine.
Maybe this was one of those things where it's like, when you watch the news and they're like, the obesity epidemic, and then you see a fat man's butt walking down the street.
Oh, I hate, whenever they do stories about the obesity epidemic, like, they won't show people's faces, but there's people watching the news later, like, I'd recognize the outfit I was wearing that day.
Yeah, I'd recognize my fat butt anywhere.
That's my fat butt on the news.
Oh, well. Imagine, like, there are certain friends of mine that, like, if my body was used in a story about the obesity epidemic on TV, I'd never live it down.
Yeah. Wait, you mean there are friends of yours that know your body so well they'd recognize it?
Yeah, I'm usually wearing a shirt that has my name on it.
Well, that's your mistake.
I'm wearing my uniform.
They should blur that out. Oh, well, that's just the name tag on there.
No, it's fully...
well, that seems unnecessary for a uniform.
And a big picture of my face smiling.
Yeah. Well, you're not going to be. You're not fat enough to be on a obesity epidemic news story, Tim.
Yeah. So anyway, I always feel like I should eat better.
Yeah.
And then there are these things, Tom. Mm-hmm. You hear about these things? You've been watching the news? Fad diets?
Yeah. I mean, there's always been fad diets.
Right. So a fad diet isn't a diet where it's like, look, if I really wanted to be skinny or trim, I could just...
Or fit.
Fit. I could just eat vegetables.
Yeah.
And like...
well, you're a vegetarian. What the hell do you eat?
Dirt.
Yeah. Well, Tim.
I eat dirt. Well, football players are always shoving my face in the ground. And
yeah.
It's like, well, I'm down here. I might as well have a snack because I'm always hungry.
Well, that's impossibly sad, Tim.
Yeah, a lot of protein in dirt.
I mean,
Tom.
that sounds like that's not even that you're fat. It's probably just your belly's so full of dirt it protrudes.
Yeah,
your body just can't process it.
That is pretty much what it is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because dirt's coming out of every orifice all the time, Tom.
Oh, that doesn't even make a lot of sense. But hey,
that's how much
your
dirt
body. I'm gonna listen to you.
So anyway, like you could eat right? Like we know, everybody knows. See, there's a thing.
Exercise and eat right is the way to actually get in better shape.
Exactly.
But those are two things that suck doing.
Yeah. So the marketing wizards.
Yeah.
They came up with these things called fad diets.
Well, they don't call them fad diets.
They work just as well as
they don't have commercials on TV. The newest fad diet.
You know what? At this point, I think they do call it that because like everybody's like resigned to the fact that like, hey,
because people nowadays
it's like a meme diet. It's like hey, the diet that like everybody's talking about right now.
Yeah, we should start a diet called the meme diet. I bet it would be gangbusters. It's spread like a meme.
We should get Damn Daniel to endorse it.
Yeah, damn Daniel, that's a meme diet.
Yeah, I mean that's Daniel's friend.
Yes. We shouldn't get Daniel to do it.
Well, I don't know.
Do people even know who Dan...
Hold that's me, Damn Daniel. It's like, that's not the voice from the thing. It's like, no, I'm the guy that Damn Daniel man was referring to.
I'm the man he was always saying damn about.
I bet Damn Daniel has, first of all, great shoes, but second of all...
no, he had the white Keds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, were they making fun of Daniel?
No, he was saying, damn, Daniel, back again with the white Keds.
Hmm.
He was complimenting
You know what
him.
I like? The cutting-edge references that we
I was going to say, do people even know what damn Daniel is anymore?
Yeah. What was that, like a year ago?
Probably.
It could have been like 2003 for all I know.
It could have been 2003. It could have been last month.
My head is all cloudy. Brain has holes in it. It's from all the dirt I've been eating, Tom. My head's full of dirt.
Yeah.
It's tough to break through the dirt, my friend. So yeah, fad diets. Tom. They're everywhere. So they're a quick fix. You do these things.
Yeah,
they're
because
supposed
that's
to be,
what everybody wants, a quick answer.
And it supposedly works quicker than changing your
They're
lifestyle
shortcuts.
forever.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, I'll do this for 3 weeks.
Right.
And then I'll be ready for swimsuit season. Tom, I'm going on my honeymoon in February. I'm going to a tropical paradise.
For Valentine's Day?
We did that by accident. I just wanted to go and it would be cold here.
So you could really rub it in everybody's face.
No,
on
why?
Instagram.
See, this is where your mind goes because you're a bad person. You're like, how can I get one over on
my
people?
mind went to the romantic for Valentine's Day.
My mind goes to, I'm going to be cold, and I hate being cold. I'm going to go to a warm place when it's coldest.
Good thinking.
Yeah, I'm a very smart man. So when I break through the dirt in my head, I have some good ideas.
Well, I got bad news. Hawaii's got a lot of dirt, too.
Man, I hope they
the
don't
whole
have
damn
football
place
players.
is made out of dirt.
Yeah, I better not go during the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, you're gonna get fucking dirt stuffed in you by a bunch of all-stars.
Yeah, the best guys at showing people's faces in dirt are gonna be there. No,
you're gonna have celebrities such as Dan Marino, Broadway Joe,
Damn Daniel,
Damn Dan Marino.
Damn Daniel Marino back again with the I don't know anything about Dan Marino with
he
the quarterback with the football
for the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah,
and now he talks about football for one of the big networks.
One of the big ones. We can't say it here, but you know what we're talking about, everybody, and we know, but we're not allowed to say it here.
Yeah.
No, the thing is, like, I want to slim down a little bit because I'm gonna be walking around shirtless.
Yeah.
For 2 full weeks.
But you're already married. What do you care?
Because I want to look good. I want to make my wife jealous.
You want to make your wife jealous of how you look?
No, I want to be like, man.
Damn, I wish I looked like Tim.
That'd be a weird situation.
It would be weird. Your wife's considerably skinnier than you are.
Yeah, I would argue my wife is way more attractive than I am.
Yeah. Well, for a starter, she's a woman.
Yeah. Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
It's different for women.
It is different.
But so anyway, like I was running a lot at the end of last year, and then I got real sick, so I stopped running.
Did you get sick from running?
No, I got sick from...
Did you get runner's disease?
No, I think I got... Everybody was saying,
Stitches?
you have the man flu.
Yeah.
I was like, I think I just had a cold that lasts like 3 weeks, but it was intense.
Well, that was something where, like, there were people claiming that, like, a certain strain of the flu hit men harder than women.
Yeah, but I wasn't puking. I had a cold, like,
Yeah.
I had a respiratory thing, like, which is why I stopped running. So anyway.
You got it. Wait, this was last winter?
Yeah, it was December of
Did you
2017.
use a humidifier?
I did.
Okay.
But
I've been big on the humidifier lately.
You know what? I think I got to get a better humidifier. And maybe I'm not clear on what a humidifier does. Like, I want to be like, if I have a humidifier, I want to be sleeping in a rainforest.
Yeah. You want clouds forming by the ceiling.
Yeah, I want to wake up and my clothes are soaked through.
Those are my jungle sounds.
Wow, they're very good, Tom.
Thank you.
Well done.
I've been taking that that master class with Motor Mal Jones.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What's his real name? Michael Winslow?
Yeah, Michael Winslow.
Yeah,
he
I've been
did one of
taking-
those master classes
I've
that
been
Aaron
taking-
Sorkin and Steve
Yeah,
Martin
I've been
did.
taking the Michael Winslow master class. It was $99, but boy, it's well worth it.
I've been,
Just to hear that man's thoughts about sound effects coming out of his mouth.
does he talk at all, or does he do it all through sound?
Well, when he talks, it's often as Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And also, like, when he talks regular, it sounds like he's talking through a megaphone. How's he doing it?
It's hard. It's hard to tell. Even watching the video, it's still hard to tell.
Does he get a writing credit on the Police Academy movies? He should, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Because they base those set piece
there's
scenes
no way-
around.
Yeah, that they wrote and they're like, and we'll get a guy who's real good with voices and sound effects. There's nobody else.
Yeah, I think Michael Winslow should be getting more royalties from the
They
Police
might,
Academy.
unless they were like, well, originally we wrote it for the Micro Machines man, and this character was just always going to talk real fast.
Yeah.
But then the Micro Machine man, he dropped out, so we switched it.
I feel like in the
sound
80s,
effects
the
guy.
Micro Machines man got really big for his britches, right? Like, and was like,
Well, it's
making
easy when those
demands.
britches are so small.
You're saying he's a small man?
No, the Micro Machines.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know why. I don't have any inside information. He might be a nice guy. But I feel like if in 1987 you went up to that Micro Machine man, he would be...
And like ask for an autograph or a picture,
an
you get
absolute-
blown off.
Yeah. Or he'd talk so fast that
He'd
your
be like,
head would explode.
Go fuck yourself. Like, I'm
That wasn't
sorry,
that
come
fast.
again?
You'd just hear like... and you'd be like... And then you'd go home and you'd slow down the
Man.
tape. And you'd be like, did the Micro Machines man just tell me to go fuck myself?
Micro Machines were a scam, right?
They were small.
It was just a way to sell small toys.
Yeah, choking hazards.
Yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't have toys for kids where the thing is like, it's so small. Because
Although I'll tell you what, my little brother had a few Micro Machines, and he had the Micro Machines from Back to the Future 2, and they were awesome.
all right, DeLorean.
The DeLorean that could hover, and then like a bunch of just like 2015 future cars that were
Did
really
it have
neat.
the manure truck that Biff fell into?
No, it was just Back to the Future 2. It was just the future cars.
He didn't fall into the manure in 2? I think he did.
it was 2, yeah.
Because when he was in 2, that's when he spotted
But
the,
it was
the...
in 1955.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Wait, that was 1.
They also went to 1955 and 2. Yeah, I know.
Man.
Things get topsy-turvy.
It's
Hard
hard
to follow.
Tom, I've never been able to follow one of those movies. I've always been like, what year is it? What's happening? Who are these people?
Yeah, why are they dressed like that?
Yeah. That might have something to do with all the dirt in my head, but
Right.
I got dirt brain, Tom.
Hey, better dirt than manure.
Yeah, that's what Biff always says.
It's not what he says.
No, that's what he says when he's trying to pick me up. when
Trying
I'm
to pick you up.
when I'm down, Biff is like, "Hey, I
Oh,
know you
I
got
thought
dirt in
you
your
meant
head.
he was
Let's throw
trying to
the
pick you
manure."
up like, hey there, sweetie.
Winking and making
Yeah.
this noise.
Hey
he does
there,
it.
dirt brain. Why don't you get into my car?
He negs me by calling me dirt brain.
But it's not even really a neg because it's true.
Yeah. Well,
A lot of negs are true. That's what you always tell me.
brother. So anyway, I wanted to slim down a little because I'm gonna be hitting the beach, right?
Yeah.
But then like
You want to get that beach bod.
I can't go back to the gym and run on the treadmill in January because
Yeah.
everybody's gonna be like,
Oh,
"Oh,
look
look
at
at
this
Mr.
loser."
Resolution." It's like, no, I only plan on doing this for a month. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
But it's for a specific goal.
3
Anyway.
times this week, I've like thought, oh, I should go to the gym right now. Like I'm in the mood for it and everything. And then been like,
Not because you're gonna be like, and this is gonna be 2018
no.
for Tom.
Yeah, it's literally like, oh, you know what? Like I'm in the mood. And even it's been like in the like early afternoon where I've thought like, it's probably like pretty sparse there right now. I got like my work done for the day and I still have energy. I should go do this now. And then I'm like, oh, one person there might think less of me. One stranger.
They'll probably take a picture of you.
Yeah, one stranger might Snapchat all their friends. Like, look at this Johnny come lately. Look at Johnny New Year's resolution 2018.
Look at Johnny New Year's Eve over here.
Yeah. Look at him. He's sitting on the machine upside down.
Look at Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve over here on the treadmill.
He's being very dangerous with how he's using that machine. He obviously doesn't understand it.
And he's hurt himself. He'll
I told
never
you
work
about
out
how
again.
the last I went to the gym around this time last year. I went to the gym around this time last year and I fell down all the stairs.
Yeah, you were laid up until December.
And everybody from the weight room came running over, all these fucking hunks. Just like, oh, you were right, man. You were right. Like picking me up like I'm nothing.
Aw.
Making a real display of how easy it was to pick me up.
I mean, that had to be a little...
They passed me over their heads. They're like, oh, this guy's hurt. He's very hurt. I saw him fall down 20 stairs.
Then you got to the last guy, and they're like, "Now let's make him eat dirt. Eat dirt, pipsqueak."
Oh man, it was like a Dick Van Dyke-esque fall. Like I couldn't.
No, because Dick Van Dyke doesn't get hurt when he falls.
I got very hurt. I got not only very hurt, but I fell down all the stairs doing this on each step. Oh, it was horrible.
And you never went back.
No, and then I had the biggest Mayo face of like, no, it's fine. I that's just how I warm up. That's how I. Yeah,
so I
now
get
I'm
limber. Yeah,
now I'm really good. Give me those weights, bro.
You just went and cried in the shower, didn't you?
I went back upstairs and got a Gatorade.
And then walked home. Then called an Uber home. Yeah. All right, Tom.
Yeah.
Fad Diets. Tom, you and I have done one of these, so let's talk about that first.
Okay.
Tim Ferriss presents The 4-Hour Body.
Yeah.
Now, Tom, you and I both did this
Mm-hmm.
probably like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And the thing
like
is,
when it came out.
Yeah. And so what is it? It's basically you can't eat carbs, right?
Yeah.
So you can't
except on your cheat day.
Right. So it's 6 days a week. You're doing only
just like the Beatles song.
Yeah. 6 days a week.
I don't eat carbs.
Baby, I need those beans. 6 days a week.
Yep.
You know that song, Tom?
I knew. Well, now you should be
even
going to
eat
Weird Al.
Fruit. 6 days. So you can't eat fruit. You can't eat bread. You can't eat. You can't have alcohol. So Tom, you and I did this.
Yeah.
And we were just like, hey man, let's optimize our freaking health or whatever Tim Ferriss followers say. Like, let's life hack this optimization here. And we did this, and like we both slimmed down.
Yeah.
Like for like the 3 weeks that we did it, and we were roommates.
Unfortunately, those 3 weeks were not swimsuit season.
They weren't. It was like
it was
dead of winter.
swimsuit season in our apartment.
Yeah. Well, we turned up the heat and just gave each other fashion shows every day.
Made the best
just
of it.
Noted each other's progress.
Wow, looking slim.
Compared with these Polaroids I took yesterday of you in the swimsuit, you look a lot better. So yeah, you can't eat. There's basically no carbs, right?
Yeah.
And no alcohol. And like you and I like, and then like you gorge on Saturday. Like
Saturday. Not only can you eat anything you want, you're supposed to, like, basically trick your body.
Yeah, you trick your metabolism.
Be like, ha ha ha, metabolism. You thought all these days were done, but they're not.
Yeah, you thought you could slow down. Now work yourself up into a frenzy, and then you reap the rewards for the next few days. While your metabolism's still like, this guy's no, we were wrong. This guy's a fat guy. And
he's going back to being a fat guy. Everybody, back to your stations.
Yeah, and then nope, it's just beans and vegetables and eggs.
And they're like, what the hell is this?
To this day, I can't eat egg whites. Or the salsa, because the breakfast that they say is spinach, egg whites, and salsa. And you put that in the microwave. You don't put the salsa in the microwave.
Right.
But like that, just thinking of that, like it's the grossest thing.
You know what? The reason it's the grossest thing is that doing it in the microwave is super gross.
Yeah.
I bet if we had been cooking that stuff up in a skillet, it'd probably be great.
Maybe I'll start doing it again. Yeah. So it worked, but I maintain the only reason it worked is because you and I drank like monsters back then. We'd each drink like 200 beers a week, right? And like then it was just like, oh no, we only drank beers on Saturday now.
Yeah.
And so like, yeah, we had 50 beers out. Like we really made up for it, but like we tricked our metabolism. So we're like, we're slimming down. We could have just been eating normal, like just fine, like not like garbage all the time, but just like fine stuff. If we just stopped drinking for 6 days a week, we would have just been like, oh yeah, no, all the fat left my face.
This is what's doing it. Okay.
This is how all adults freaking live.
Not all
normally.
adults, not alcoholics.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, 4-Hour Body, I give that 5 out of 5 stars.
It definitely works. And I feel like as far as like a way to kickstart something, it's not bad.
Yeah, because like you're not eating bread. It's good to like, especially if you feel like you're drinking too much.
Yeah,
like you have a goal, right?
Yeah.
Like, and like the good thing about it is there's always a finish line there. Like it's like, I want to cheat, and it's like, oh no, there's a whole day where I can just be a dang glutton.
Yeah,
and then they always say like, yeah, but after a few of those, you don't even want that stuff. I never found that to be true.
Yeah.
Like,
after a few of them, I was like, I want this all the time.
Yeah, maybe I'll just eat Five Guys hamburgers every day for every meal.
The one thing that I do think is good about that diet as opposed to like Atkins is that it's like the thing about Atkins that always bothered me and other health professionals was the you can just eat bacon and cheese all day. It's like, well, no, I mean that's not good.
No, and you can't eat cheese on the 4-Hour Body,
exactly.
Which is like, cut out
the
dairy.
4-Hour Body is kind of like just eat the way like a human being's supposed to eat.
Yeah,
don't eat anything too processed.
What I don't understand is like you can have coffee.
Yeah.
But you can't put milk in it or sugar in it.
Right.
But you can put cinnamon in it. And to this day, I brew all my coffee with cinnamon in it
because
it's delicious. Tom, put it in, like brew it. Don't add it after the fact. Put it in with the grounds. Huh. Oh, man. It's great.
But I'll tell you, I've been drinking this. I got this apple cinnamon tea.
Yeah.
Boy, it's delicious. Have that at night sometimes. It's got nothing, it doesn't have like caffeine or anything, but it's like a hot toddy without the really good part.
Tom?
Uh-huh.
Another fad diet that I've done, and I did it 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
There's a time limit on it. The Whole30, which is basically a paleo thing.
Okay.
It's
what is
30 days. You only eat whole foods. So you only
go to Whole Foods, Jeff Bezos' supermarket.
Man, if I could afford it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can eat anything that you
can. Well, that's a diet. Yeah, once you go there for 30 days, you got no money to buy any more food.
That would be if Whole Foods was smart, they'd be like, here's the whole food diet.
Yeah.
You pay $1,000, and then we let you loose in the supermarket, like supermarket sweep style, or like the Nickelodeon toy run style.
Yeah.
And you just grab everything you can put in on your person.
Uh-huh.
Right? Well, no, I guess that wouldn't be worth $1,000.
Even with a cart,
yeah, a cart, 1 cart, right? And but
you'd have to like load it up with like gift cards from the register or something.
Maybe all the carts you want, but you have to put the carts in a certain place, like across the finish line before you can get a new cart.
But there's still a time limit.
And there's a time limit.
Yeah.
And if you're not over the finish line at the end, you forfeit all the food.
How is this a diet?
I'm just thinking it's a good way for Jeff Bezos to make money. I hear he wants more money.
Yeah,
he needs more money.
Use it.
Yeah. No, he's a great man. No,
he's going. into outer space soon.
Great.
I mean, I don't know if he is. That's the thing.
He's not going to risk it. He's going to send 1,000 people to make sure it's safe before he risks
that's the thing I don't get about, like, him and Elon Musk. They both got these space things. I'd be like, first things first, pals, get me into space. I'm the rich guy. I'm the one paying for everything.
The fact that they're not on these leads me to believe, oh, I'm not going up there before Musk goes up there. I'll tell you that much.
Well, I doubt you could
I'll
afford
never have the opportunity to go up there. I had a dream the other night, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I sometimes say that being an astronaut isn't hard?
Yes.
I maintain that it probably isn't that hard because you just sit in a chair. But like,
my dream is to see a real life astronaut punch you in the face one day for that.
No, because here's what here's what I think. I think you need to be super brave to do it. Like braver than anybody who's ever walked this earth, right? Because like, I had a dream that I was strapped in and I was going up into space, and like just thinking like, oh no, this might just explode in a couple. Like they're just gonna shoot all these like many rockets and.
See, I have dreams. I haven't had this dream, but the way my dreams always go in that situation would be like on my way up, I'd be like, oh no, we never figured out a way for me to get back.
Parachute. The Whole30. You just eat whole food. So you eat fruits, you eat vegetables, you eat meat as clean as you can, antibiotic free, as organic as you can.
I don't eat dirty meat.
You wash it. You can wash it in your
no,
regular
I wash
sink
all
at
my
home.
meat. Yeah. If I go to a fast food place, I wash everything in the bathroom first before I eat it. Make sure it's clean.
The only thing you can really drink is water and coffee, which is all I drink besides alcohol anyway.
Yeah.
You can't have alcohol. And it's basically taking everything out of your diet for a month.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have beans.
Legumes. You're full of beans if you say I can't have beans.
Well, no. If I say that I'm not eating beans, I'm...
Why can't you have beans? Beans are good.
Well, and all right, so I've done the 30 days of taking this out.
One of these no-fart diets?
Yeah. It's one of these no-fart diets, Tom. I was trying to think of something else to say, but I'm very tired today. But here's the crux. Like, you do that for 30 days. Like, you really limit. And, like, you start to feel really good.
Yeah.
They started this as a blog.
Maybe I could have one bean.
Well, that you introduce things in, right?
Uh-huh.
But they started this as a blog, like, in 2010 or whatever.
Okay.
Like, right around the when Charlie Sheen...
When the internet started.
No, when Charlie Sheen was
winning.
Yeah. And so, like, they, like, these two, like, California people or whatever, like, were like...
Californians.
Yeah. They beach babes.
Beach babes and Venice Beach hunks.
Yeah.
Venice Beach strongmen.
They like, peppered everything with, like, Charlie Sheen speak. You can have pepper. They used it liberally. No, so like there's a lot of like tiger blood and hashtag winning.
Why
in there and
they never updated this blog?
Well, then they published a book.
Okay.
And then like the book came out just as like the Charlie Sheen thing was dying, but the diet was taking off. And so it's like now they're just married to these now antiquated Charlie Sheen. It's just like. I can't read this book. It says, like, then you feel the tiger blood at day 21. It's really good. You get a lot more energy. You lose weight. You feel great. And then you're supposed to introduce things in one at a time. So you're supposed to be like...
One bean at a time.
You eat legumes one day, and then you wait 3 days and see what that does to your body.
Probably make you fart.
Right. And if it makes you fart too much, to the point where you're like, I'm farting so much, you're just like... Maybe I shouldn't have beans ever again. And then once those farts are out of your system, then you have some dairy, and then you wait 3 days, and you see what that dairy does to you. But then the Whole30, as you reintroduce things, turns into like a 45-day thing.
Yeah.
And I just, like, after 30 days, on the 31st day, I just ate and I went to Papa John's and I was like, give me a pizza with the dang works on it.
Give me one of them bean pizzas, please.
Yeah. And
we don't make those kinds of pizzas.
And the head of Papa John
I brought
on a
my own beans.
Papa John's will put beans on a pizza.
Papa John.
R.I.P. Papa John.
Anyway,
Whole 30. 5
but
out
he's
of 5
not the
stars.
CEO anymore.
Yeah, I know. I heard he died. Did he die?
No, I think he's just very, very sweaty.
It's very, very... Oh, man, that guy's going to sweat to death. Another one I did, Tom, was the Master Cleanse.
Ooh, yeah.
Do you remember when I did the Master Cleanse?
Vaguely. I rememed when I did it.
Oh, you did it?
Yeah. This is like...
How long did you do it for?
I did it twice. The first time I did it the whole way, and then the second time I did it like halfway and got furious one day and was like, this is horseshit. This is the biggest horseshit I've ever heard in my life. I'm the stupidest man alive for doing this.
The Master Cleanse is you can't eat any food.
Yeah.
And you have tea. You can have herbal tea.
Yeah.
But the main thing is lemonade, which not even lemonade. It's
Grade
lemon
B
juice,
maple syrup.
a specific kind of maple syrup.
Grade
lemon,
B.
Right. You squeeze fresh lemons,
Which is
into
hard to
water.
find because who the hell wants to buy grade B anything?
Yeah. I don't know.
What do you mean? I don't know. And it's not cheaper. If you're in the supermarket and they're like, well, we have grade A eggs and grade B, which would you like, sir?
Yeah, but
You wouldn't be like, let me
What
try
is it?
those.
What
Do
is
the
it?
grade B sometimes have feathers in them when I eat them?
how would a feather get in an egg, Tom?
If it was fertilized.
You're right. And cayenne pepper.
Cayenne pepper.
And you're supposed to do it for what, 7 days?
I don't remember. Something like that. At
So you
least
eat
7
new
days.
food. You eat no food.
You eat new food.
New food, and the new
Oh,
food
I've
is
been
this
eating
lemonade.
old food all this whole time.
So, and then you just drink this lemonade concoction all the time,
Yeah.
and then
It doesn't taste as bad as you would think.
no, it tastes fine.
Yeah. It's spicy lemonade,
Yeah, it's fine, but like you really want food at some point.
of course, because you're a human being.
Yeah, I did it for the full 7 days,
Uh-huh.
and then they're like reintroduce food like slowly, and I went to the bar.
Day one, hamburgers and beer.
I went to the bar on day 6, and I was like, I can go to the bar without drinking. I can have a good time. And I hadn't seen anybody in
Yeah.
the week that I was doing it, and I had lost so much weight, but not in a healthy way.
I had lost 40 pounds that week.
Yeah. I was probably sweating. Like, I met a whole bunch of people of my friends. Like, you were probably there at the turkey's nest.
Yeah.
I remember it vividly. Everybody's face dropped, and they were all just like, is Tim very sick? Is Tim dying? And, like, somebody was
In
like,
a way, yes.
Are you okay? What happened? It's like, no,
I'm great. I'm on top of the world.
I got a water bottle full of cayenne pepper and lemon juice. I'm
I
great.
don't need any of this stuff.
And they were like, please. And like everybody's pleading with me. They were like, let's go get you a
Please
slice of
drink
pizza.
this Coors Light.
Let's get you out of these wet clothes. I was all sweaty too.
Well, most people weren't your
Yeah,
friends.
and I was like, screw all you guys. And then I went home. And the next day I finished it off and I was like, I'll never do this again. But damn, do I look good in this swimsuit.
My whole thing with that is like, I get it makes sense because their whole thing is like okay, grade B maple syrup has like enough like raw carbohydrates or whatever
Dirt.
to give not dirt.
You need some kind of dirt in your diet.
That's just what the jocks tell you. Yeah, you need more dirt in your diet, square.
Yeah, and you know what? These guys have great bodies. They're hunks. I'll take their advice over
Yeah.
yours.
Well, have you ever seen them eat the dirt?
I assume they do it on their own time.
They just know how hungry I am when they see me. The grade B maple syrup, like, oh yeah, that gets you your carbohydrates, and the lemon juice that gets you these vitamins, and the cayenne
like
pepper.
alkaline or something,
Yeah.
which isn't a thing that you need or whatever.
And like the cayenne pepper gets you this.
For batteries. I'm not a battery.
In a way, you are a human battery.
Wow.
Have you ever seen The Matrix?
No, I've never seen The Matrix.
They make men into batteries.
Sometimes I pop into our Reddit,
And
we have
that's kind of like The Matrix.
Yeah, there's an episode discussion for every episode, like a thread that starts, and like numerous times, somebody has commented like, Tim mentioned that he didn't see The Matrix, and Tom was surprised. This was the 7th time that this has happened. Tom learned
because every time I think like you hadn't heard about it yet, and then
surely
you go back
home and watch it.
Yeah, like I'm assuming tonight you're gonna go home and tell your wife, like, honey, Tom told me about this movie, The Matrix. We have to watch it. And there are 2 sequels. It's a trilogy.
Well, I know about The Matrix Revolutions, right?
Oh, you've seen that.
I've seen that many times. It's a classic.
Yeah.
Stone Cold classic. I didn't know there was what is this, a prequel?
There are prequels to The Matrix Revolution. It's not just all that scene where everybody's dancing in the rave.
Oh, well, that's all I want.
What were we talking about?
I don't know. Diets. We have 3 more that I want to go over.
Oh, okay. Go
Tom,
for 'em.
I'm driving the car this week.
Yeah, right into a car wash.
Tom,
to get washed up and cleaned.
Tell me what you know about the baby food diet.
I mean, you said this to me earlier today when we were discussing this, and I was surprised it existed. It kind of makes sense, but it also makes no sense at all.
Like, at first, you're just like, what is this, for perverts? I'm going to eat what, like... But it's not like a dress up in diapers diet.
Tim, I don't think anybody thought that.
No, but if you hear like baby food, you're like, oh, what is this? Some sort of like weird thing? Like people want to be babies.
It's stupid. Baby food diet. Babies are chubby.
Yeah, but that's because they can't walk around yet.
That's true.
Yeah. When people are like, oh, look at this chubster when they're talking about their kid. And I'm just like,
you can't do
raise
anything
your kid
about
better.
You can't do anything about it. You can't get on the elliptical yet.
Yeah, exactly. My 1-year-old nephew, I made him get on the elliptical this past Christmas.
Good.
He's dropped 5 pounds, which
wow, mean that's a lot for a 1-year-old.
They had to put him in the hospital. Yeah, he's down to 5 pounds.
Wow, but I bet he looks great.
Well, I guess a 1-year-old doesn't weigh 10 pounds.
No, I have absolutely no idea how much 20 pounds? 20 pounds. A baby, when it comes out, weighs like 10 pounds.
Well, a big baby.
That's
probably
a big
like
baby? I thought like 13 pounds.
8 babies.
I might be thinking of just like the world's biggest baby. What's the world's biggest baby? Probably 16 pounds when it came out?
Yeah. I'd say 15 pounds, 6 inches. 6 ounces.
6 inches?
Yeah, he's very condensed. He's not very long, but he's very heavy.
Well,
came out as a cube.
But the baby food diet, so it's basically like, hey, eat baby food.
19.2 pounds.
Holy cow. Imagine pushing that out.
Yeah.
Through your vagina, Tim.
You know what the thing is, Tom?
Mm-hmm.
The Guinness Book of World Records certified this.
Yeah.
Guess when this baby was
there.
born.
What?
Guess.
70s.
1879.
1879.
I think the scale
that was a broken scale.
Yeah, come on,
it was
guys.
rusty or some shit.
Yeah, they drowned it because they thought it was a witch.
Yeah. Oh, that's horseshit. There's no way babies were bigger like 140 years ago.
I don't know. Maybe.
No way.
Anyway, so you eat baby food.
Yeah. That's the diet.
Yeah.
Eat baby food instead of regular food.
Which is like, it's all vegetables. It's easily digestible.
It's not all vegetables, though, because I was reading about this, and it grossed me out to think about this, that, like, there's baby food that's like, well, here's this can of baby food that's beef with gravy.
What?
Yeah.
No, that's for bad parents, though. That's for like parents that are also like, hey, let's feed them this beef with gravy baby food, and then fill their sippy cup with Mountain Dew.
Yeah, there's no baby soda, which is a missed opportunity in my
Get them started as young as possible.
But I don't think we should be going through like any kind of an effort to feed babies steak.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? If a baby's too young to have steak, that's probably fine.
And it's also like, you know what I want to get into my kid's system as soon as possible? Red meat.
Yeah. Have that and put some hair on that baby's chest.
Yeah. I have a very hairy baby.
But it kind of, it makes sense for portion control because baby food is very small.
But you'll
portions
die.
because it's made for babies. Well, but then I was reading that they said like, well, this diet often requires 14 jars of baby food and then you have a sensible dinner.
Yeah.
Opening up 14 jars of food, at some point you gotta be like, this is the dumbest thing anybody's ever done.
And if you go to the supermarket and you're buying that much baby food, they're going to call the police.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, this woman's running an orphanage.
Yeah, she's running an unlicensed orphanage.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? I'm just not going to do it because I'm afraid it'll turn me into a baby.
It might. It could.
Goo goo gaga and so forth.
Goo goo gaga.
Tom, we're running out of time. There's another one I want to get to. It was big in Japan, like us. In 2008, they introduced it.
You know what? People that need to go on diets in Japan, you don't need to call them big, Tim. That's rude.
No, I'm saying the diet was popular in Japan in 2008.
Not just that it's for people who are big in Japan.
Right. I see. I see.
Oh, I see. Very good.
The morning banana diet, Tom. And it has 6 rules.
Okay.
Eat a banana for breakfast. But guess what?
Rule number 2, throw the peel out the window.
No, that would be disastrous. People would be slipping all day on that thing.
Yeah, but you could lose weight laughing at them.
Oh yeah, that's your cardio right there. Yeah. Maybe that's like a hidden component of it.
Right.
Rule number 1 is flexible. You may eat more than 1 banana.
Okay.
The original dieter had 4 small ones for breakfast.
Well, that 4. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I could eat 4 bananas. If they're small.
If they're small finger bananas.
Yeah. Number 2, eat a banana for lunch with a small salad.
Well, then
so the morning banana diet is a bit of a misnomer. However, if you're only eating
more of a half a day banana.
If you're only eating bananas for breakfast, maybe you're going to be hungry before noon.
Yeah.
Sip water whenever you require.
Yeah,
well, that's fine.
Anything.
Yeah, that's life. That's called life. Yeah. But it has to be room temperature. Eat dinner before 8 p.m. Okay. Unrestricted. Eat whatever you want. Go to Five Guys, Tom.
Well, the Spanish aren't going to like that.
This is why it's big in Japan.
They eat dinner very late.
And they don't tell you when to wake up and eat these things. What if you're eating a banana breakfast at 4:45 a.m.? Or, no, wait. Hold on. What if you're eating a banana breakfast at 11 a.m.? Yeah, anyway. Number 5. Eat a banana for an evening snack if necessary.
Jesus Christ, how many bananas are we going through a day?
Sponsored by Chiquita?
This is sponsored by Gorillas?
Yeah, who's the original? No, Gorillas would be like, don't eat that.
Yeah,
more bananas for us.
More bananas for us.
Number 6 is the craziest one.
Okay.
Go to bed before midnight. That's a Gremlins rule.
Yeah, and that was just...
That's not a banana diet rule.
And that was just don't feed them. I mean, this just sounds like a few...
And how do they know when you woke up to be going to bed before midnight?
Everyone in Japan gets up at the same time.
That's true. It was so popular, Tom.
Man, that would be a cool thing for our country to do, just to fuck with other countries. Be like, we all get up at the same time. But
I feel like North Korea.
It'd be easy to get a sneak attack on a country like that.
Yeah.
You'd know when everybody's asleep.
There were shortages of bananas in Japan because of this diet in 2008.
Are there normally that many bananas in Japan, though?
The world may never know. The last thing I want to talk about is the cabbage soup diet.
Okay.
It's a radical weight loss diet designed around heavy consumption.
I love bananas, by the way.
Yeah, I think I'm mildly allergic to bananas. I get shortness of breath whenever I eat them.
Maybe you're part Neanderthal and not part ape like the rest of us.
I've never read *Sapiens*. Cabbage soup diet.
Good
Eat
book.
cabbage soup a lot. It sounds like it sucks. Like that's the worst thing ever. Like if you're gonna do a fad diet, do a fun one. Do a banana-based one.
Like
Do
I don't want to
cabbage.
eat cabbage
Cabbage is
soup once.
depressing. Yeah. All right. Well, if you like the show, you can look. We recommend and endorse entirely. We throw our full support behind all of these diets.
Yep. We're both doctors, so we've done all the checks.
Yeah, you're fine.
And it's fine. Do them all with abandon.
Hold on. Can I just tell you about... Oh, wait. Let's do the thing. But stay tuned after the plugs for something great about the Master Cleanse.
Okay. You can check out our website, tcgt.com. You can support the site by going to our sponsors and also...
You can support our show, not the site.
the
site built by Squarespace.
Also by going to tcgt.com/pledge for our Patreon, where you can get weekly mini episodes of a different show, a round robin of different shows.
Yeah.
And
we're back on a good schedule.
Yeah.
You could also get monthly Google Hangouts, which we'd love everybody to take part in.
To hang out in.
Yeah. You get early episode releases for certain
tiers.
Yeah.
You can also check out tcgt.com/Amazon for your Amazon shopping. And you can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Complete Guide. Follow us on Twitter @Complete Guide. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram @Tom Reynolds.
Follow me on those things at Your Pal Tim.
All right. Plugs are done.
Tom, Stanley Burroughs was the guy who...
Stanley.
No.
He created Spider-Man?
He's a creep now, apparently.
No, he denies it.
Oh, okay. That's what you said about Harvey Weinstein, Tom. That's what you maintain about Harvey Weinstein to this day. And the evidence suggests otherwise. Stanley Burroughs created the Master Cleanse, the lemon.
Yeah, that's the guy that I got real mad about when I read about him.
Yeah. You know what? He was convicted of murder.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, why am I listening to a murderer's advice?
Some guy got cancer.
Yeah.
And Stanley Burroughs inserted himself into his life. He's like, I've cured thousands of people of this by, making them do this fakakta diet and also giving them weird abdominal massages.
Oh, yeah. And he massaged him too hard, right?
He massaged him so much that the guy's, there was a rupture and the guy bled out internally.
Yeah.
And full disclosure, the second-degree murder charge was overturned to just manslaughter. But, if you're going to do this lemonade diet, just know that a murderer made it, or a manslaughter.
That was literally like what I read when I was like, come on. Like, I think I was in, day 4 or 5, and I was like, come on, there's got to be some other. You're telling me I can't have like watermelon as well? There's no way they went through all the foods in the world and were like, well, this is it. This particular type of lemonade and herbal tea. That's the only thing you need. I'm like, come on, a cucumber. I could have a cucumber. And I read this, and I was like, oh, this guy massaged a man to death.
Yeah.
Why am I listening to him?
Well, what does he know more than you, though? I mean, what do you know more than me? I gotta go. My head's full of dirt.
All right. We'll see you next week.
That was a HeadGum podcast.